We'll be starting shortly. Please give me a please give me a few minutes. I just want to make sure that all of the audio is actually going through and not.
No, you're right.
Oh, you have to click from the side. Interesting.
All right, so I did not have that much time to connect the audio to the stream. So if you actually want to hear the full experience from my perspective, you'll have to check the stream on my YouTube channel and also my Twitch channel. So I apologize about that. I apologize for that. May I request a roll call of all government officials that are present in this hallowed church? The Prime Minister of Lambat,
Hello,
the Minister of Development, he is not here. The Minister of Drugs and Alcohol.
Hello.
The Minister of Culture. And what's the other one? The Deputy Minister of Development. Okay, thank you. We will now begin this important ceremony. I'm sorry that it did not go as planned, as per usual with every event in Civ, but we will try our best to make this as lively as possible. I would like to request a single piece of flint and steel from anyone in the audience.
Go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wait, let me. I am not actually streaming the game on. Good. Right. May all honored guests and citizens of Lambat follow me to the Pioneer Torch. Wait, this should be turned off. Fuck. Thank you, thank you. Wait, let me turn off the music. Now for a brief speech. On the 4th of June, the year 2022, the people of Lambat were exiled from the lands of the Ilakyavu tribes, and thus began our 2-day exodus from the Medici across the Eastern Sea before landing at the shores of what would become Lambat City. One of the first structure that was built by yours truly was this very torch, which still stands intact up to this day, with barely no changes except for the flag that's currently attached, because as far as I'm aware, the first flag of Lambat was stolen by an unknown suspect. Nevertheless, I hereby declare the opening of today's celebration of Lambat's nationhood from the 13th of January in the year 2021. Now let kindly follow my lead until we reach the what do we call the stadium? The
The
Sand Falls,
Tigray Memorial Stadium.
the Tikra Memorial Stadium that is currently being constructed. I think I'm not sure if it's finished, but
It's not finished.
it is not finished. But I would like to thank all Lambatans for their efforts in building that stadium within a short amount of time.
2 days.
I didn't bring a horse for this.
So sad I had to die to make it.
Why is it raining? God damn it.
Someone call hacker. Shoot him up with
Someone is raining on our parade. Let us pay our brief respects to what was once called the Sack of Lambat Memorial, dedicated to the memory of the Lambatans who sacrificed themselves on February 23, 2021 during the attacks of the Thieves Guild in Civ Classics 2.0.
Everyone down, single file line.
Yeah, I think this is the wrong elevator. Can we can we ask the admins to stop the rain? Wait, why can't because it we will be skipping the prayer service due to the absence of what do you call that? Sacrificial fire and a cross of copper. Uh I would like to thank everyone for attending this event. Please be reminded that this is a somewhat solemn commemoration of Lambat's nationhood. Just and yeah, good timing for the rain that's currently happening right now. I hope people are taking pictures with their shaders on. We will now open this event by playing the Lambat national anthem. Hopefully it goes through my microphone. Please rise for the national anthem of Lambat. I'm sorry, can people actually hear anything? Alright, thanks. This is so scuffed. Now, may I request all guests and citizens to sit down? Uh, Also, I would like to ask if anyone brought any fireworks with them. We're going to need that for later, but if not, I'm going to ask. Okay, great. Thank you. Don't waste. Don't waste it now. Don't don't use it now. Thank you. I would like to call on Honorable Mayor Peter Bott 9000 to deliver his opening remarks right here on the stage. Please raise your hand in Discord. Oh wait, I'm sending you the invite to speak.
Hello. Oh shit. Well, hello everyone, and thank you for coming. Sincerely, I did not prepare a speech for this because I've spent the last 2 days working in this freaking thing just to prove that we, as a nation and a civilization and a group of lovely people, can work together even in the against the hardest times. And let's hope this whole event is awesome sauce and epic. Thank you, Lambat.
Thank you very much. Now, for the main event, although I'm going to be honest, I expected this crowd either to be smaller or larger than this one. Like at most, I expected only 5 to 7 people to attend, and at the same time, I had grander expectations of maybe 50 people. Yeah, 6, 7. Yeah, whatever. Uh, but yeah, for the main reason, for the secondary reason why we're doing this event right now is that as far as everyone here is aware, on the 26th of December, I posted the Proclamation of Independence from Pavia Griffin. And no worries, Lambat will still be a part of the Lyrian Commonwealth, and as will be explained further later during my State of the Nation address, uh, Lambat's independence has been in de facto status for quite a while now, but I had to hold up for a bit until the anniversary to make it sort of official. So I would like to call on the Honorable Prime Minister Tikray Nigedvilas and any available representative of Pavia Griffin, authorized representative, but if not, it is fine, to deliver and witness the Declaration of Independence from the Empire of Pavia Griffin. Carl may climb up the stage. Tikray, please deliver the address.
Can you let me speak on Discord?
1 second.
Okay, everyone, I'm here to declare independence from the great nation of Pavia. So, with this declaration of independence of the kingdom of Lambat from the Emperor of Pavia Griffin, before me, the honorable members of the House of Peers, the members of the Third Interim People's Council, and the citizens of this great nation, from whom His Majesty King Capridam derives his sovereignty, who have chosen me to be his Prime Minister, and pursuant to, and by virtue of a proclamation issued by His Majesty on the 26th of December in the year 2025. Whereas the self-determination of a nation is inalienable, and whereas we have deemed ourselves capable of standing once more as a sovereign and unitary nation after nearly 2 years as a protectorate of Pavia, having ceded our sovereign rights to the Crown Prince of Pavia on the 30th day of April in the year 2024, due to prolonged demographic recession under the premise of protection from invasion, annexation, and pillaging, all of which have been unconditionally fulfilled under the auspices of their imperial sovereign and their predecessors. And whereas, following the period known as the Glass Age, which lasted from May 2023 to August of 2025, Lambat has entered an unprecedented era of rebirth, brought about by collective effort of its citizens, both old friends and new friends, that of whom now comprise the overwhelming majority of Lambat population. And whereas we have reconstituted and exercised our right to universal suffrage. The Empire of Pavia Griffin, the Oakland Republic of Haiti, and the Merry People. And now, finally, I decree Nedjadvilas, the Prime Minister of Lambat, first of his name, do hereby proclaim and declare on behalf of the people of Lambat that as from this day, the 13th of January, in the year 2026, Lambat shall once again be a sovereign, democratic nation founded upon the universal principles of liberty and progress and guidance by the 5 principles of the Lambatan people: wholesomeness, pacifism, diligence, compassion, and you won't guess it, perseverance, all in pursuit of peace, order, equality, and justice for all. And the kingdom of Lambat shall become a full member of the Lyrian Commonwealth, shall ensure cooperation among our Lyrian brethren, shall commit to a unified foreign and security policy, and shall recognize the Emperor as imperial sovereign in their own realm, while affirming that the sovereign of the Lambatan people ultimately resides in the Crown Majesty, the King, Capridine the First. So this is my speech. I will not get into the details of my upbringing in the slums of Icenia, but know that they were very harrowing, and I have come a great way to become the Prime Minister of Lambat and to declare its independence.
All right. You may now you may now get
that's
off the stage. You may now get off the stage. Thank you, everyone, for witnessing the Lambaran Declaration of Independence. It is unfortunate that we were unable to accept additional delegates from the Emperor of Pavi Griffin, but they know very well about the details of this event, and we have already discussed this many months prior to today. Shit. Oh god. Oh god, I have to repeat everything that I said. Right. Anyway, what was I? What was I trying to say? Okay. All right. So, I would like to appreciate everyone for listening to the Lambat Declaration of Independence. Without further ado, I will now deliver the third State of the Nation address since Lambat's reformation in August of 2025. Allow me to greet the following guests of honor that we have invited, whether present or in absentia. The Queen of Lusitania and co-founder of the Nation of Lambat, Banyo, the former Vice President and Chief Justice Emeritus Comrade Potato, the former President and currently the Duke of Highgrove Artificial Driver, the Duke of Valley Occidental and Prime Minister Tikray Nigedvilas, the Duchess of Margaretaville, Maybe Gravy, the Duke of Lorraine, Moon Demon 19015, the Honorable Speaker of the Interim People's Council, Sandfalls, the Honorable Mayor Peter Butt 9000, the Reverend and former Prime Minister Sam Bonus G, the members of the Ducal Council of Pavia and the Lyrian Commonwealth, the Imperial Sovereign of the Lyrian Commonwealth, Their Majesty Cedar Valiant I, the Honorable President Kippy of the Caucasian Republic of Haiti, all of the great people of the Mary, and other distinguished guests, ladies, gentlemen, comrades, and friends, thank you for coming. First of all, I would like to belatedly congratulate the members of parliament who have been elected in December of last year, led by none other than our Honorable Prime Minister, together with Peterbot 9000, Spenpai 1, Moon Demon 19105 of the Lambat National Party, Sandfalls of the All Lyrian Workers' Communist Party Lambat section, and Dolby of the FPPNF, although not a party. And to the people of Lambat, I extend my sincere congratulations to all of our 58 registered citizens as of December 2025. After 2 years in slumber and after only 4 months of hard work and perseverance, we are once again an independent nation. All should be made aware that despite this well-deserved change in status, Lambat remains committed to upholding the supremacy of the Lyrian Commonwealth Cabinet in terms of foreign policy and security. I shall assure everyone here, and those who are not here, that not a single decision by the Lyrian Commonwealth will brush through my office without scrutiny. As your sovereign, it is my obligation to inform you of matters concerning our national interest. For this reason, before I segue into the bulk of this address, I request all delegates moving forward to follow standard procedure. Submit all matters regarding pearls, treaties, and fugitives from your respective nations' laws through a ticket in the Pavia Discord server. Moving forward, I do not intend to break the immersion, but for the knowledge of everyone witnessing this address, it is known within the backdoor channels between Lambat and Pavia that our nation has been de facto independent ever since we announced our revival in August. I decided to prolong any official announcement because all citizens of Lambat were quite preoccupied in getting the rusty engines of our society running again. We have reached this point today where we are confident that we can all call ourselves a nation of our own. Just as I have announced to this community during the afternoon of the 13th day of January in the year 2021. Today marks the 5th anniversary of Lambat's founding as a nation. And to be honest, this is the only sort of event that we have ever held relating to that special day so far. Our nation is relatively new compared to other well-established nations within the neighborhood. By the time Lambat joined the defunct Civ Classics 2.0 server, we were welcomed by nations that have already existed by around 6 to 7 years at this point. I still hold that it is a miracle. It is a miracle that Lambat has survived this long. We have come a long way, and I think it is important to recall how we arrived at this point. From spawning in the uncharted swamps of Imperial Truidens to the construction of the Executive Palace south of the abandoned ruins of Appomattox, to the first diplomatic visit from King Matriximor IV of Lusitania, to the ratification of the first constitution of Lambat, to the golden age of Lambatan democracy, to the presidency of Artificial Driver, and my brief resignation as president of Lambat, to the turbulent elections of November 2021, to the shutdown of Civ Classics, to our brief exodus into other servers such as CivRev 2.0, to the reestablishment of Lambat and CivMC, to the golden age of infrastructure, to aiding the exodus of Septembrians from Mount Augusta, to the cleanup of post-war Icenia, to the Lambatan Civil War, to our transition to monarchy, to our membership in the Learned Commonwealth, and to our eventual return in this very server last August. I have lived through those events, and I am glad that I have shared those memories with all of you, whether you are here or not. In the aftermath of the tragedy known as the Sack of Lambat in February 2021, I asked foreign delegates then present in the Lambat Discord about their insights on why new friend nations fail. Only one of the answers struck as sound advice and still remains important to this day. This comes from the Honorable Icenian President Chris Crispy. I quote, "People come into this game expecting it only to be roleplay politic and that democracy is the greatest system. But they don't realize this game is also about real politic and force. You have to mix the two properly, and a lot of people don't know how to do that." End quote. Only a few people present attending this event may recall that I initially attempted to quit Civ in the midst of a diplomatic crisis involving an alliance that Lambat was a part of, namely DUMP. I forgot what it meant and what it stood for. At that time, I was naive about the complexities of so-called diplomacy in Civ. It is a process that involves dealing with people with differing perspectives on how to treat matters such as land disputes and extradition. Some engage in formal and polite correspondence in pursuit of a rules-based order. Some are well-versed in the act of belligerent and irreverent rhetoric, while others simply spam gifts and stickers. Civ is a tough crowd, and one has to tread carefully to not lose patience. This remains to be our worldview. Lambatan diplomacy follows the framework of political realism. We uphold respect towards other people's time and space. We shall continue to do so, and I hope everyone continues to respect and observe that. For this reason, in the present, we have decided to remain in the Learning Commonwealth as a full member. We aspire to work together to ensure that Lambat and our fellow Lyrians are safe and secure as a neutral and pacifist union of states through competent and level-headed diplomacy. Furthermore, I would like to acknowledge that we have recently co founded the Halifax Cooperation Council, or the HCC, an initiative of former Haitian President Pilrog in order to facilitate closer coordination with the states of the southern Lyrian region. Speaking on behalf of Lambat, we shall ensure that no Lyrian is left behind to our efforts in strengthening our collective economic and cultural ties. Older Lambatans remain nostalgic about the First Republic. Old Lambat was not designed to be a metropolis, just like the one we're currently standing on, but rather a small town with two-story houses and a few decently sized buildings. Had Civ Classic 2.0 not ended abruptly in December 2021, Lambat's goal was to become a transport hub in what was then the northeastern quadrant of the map. Fast forward to CivMC, and it appears that we have achieved what we have long aspired, although not in the same degree as Pavia, with their 30 or so direct lines. Regardless, Lambat remains an important gateway with its connections to nations in the deeper eastern continent. Thanks to the efforts of our Deputy Minister of Development, Spen Paides, or Spen for short, we have been reaching out to non-traditional partners to construct new direct connections to Lambat. Engagement is the lifeblood of the nation, and one of the methods to keep Lambat's heart pumping is driving active participation in our civic and political life. Veterans of the First Republic may remember the infamous elections of November 2021, the peak of Lambat's two-party system, which originated in differing views on the nation's place in the international stage, stances on national security, and methods of governance. While the Liberal Conservative Citizens Action Party won that election, the toxic nature of politics resulted in the implosion of CAP. Meanwhile, the rival Lambat Accession Party, or LAP, which was internationalist and neoconservative in nature, withdrew from Lambat en masse due to disagreements with the winning party over our departure from the Conference of Eastern States. Veterans of the First Republic, I apologize for the atmosphere that was cultivated during that period of time. I really wish I could have done better to prevent that from happening, but I believe it's due to some twist of fate. If that never happened, then we wouldn't have the Lambat that we have right now. As exciting, riveting political drama may seem to new friends, the aftermath results in a jaded, cynical environment. Upon the end of Civ Classics 2.0, I decided to dissolve the very democratic institutions I have helped to construct and began the slow, arduous process to rebuild Lambatan-style democracy from scratch. From a dictatorship to a directorial oligarchy into the semi-constitutional parliamentary democracy we have today, I have realized that statecraft takes a lot of time and patience. We have made several strides in ensuring new Lambatans are kept civically engaged, and we are currently developing plans to make the Lambatan political system less vibes-based and more results-oriented, while keeping the same spirit of having good vibes, if you know what I mean. Under current laws, 19 candidates for parliament are drafted from all registered political parties, while the remainder is filled up by non-affiliated citizens handpicked by the Crown of Lambat. This system was enforced to rile up engagement during the early stages of the Lambatan Renaissance. While this has resulted in producing some of our best leaders, I believe that we are ready to move on to a more mature electoral system that is responsive to the needs of every Lambatan and respectful of our talented citizenry. Therefore, I urge Parliament to draft a law overhauling the electoral system in order to encourage functional and constructive parties, moving on from the current Lambat National Party dominated system. Despite being the chairperson and founder of the National Party, I believe that it is best for Lambatans to have a diverse pool of potential leaders with their own unique ideas. Parliament must ensure that these parties are in line with the core five principles of the Lambatan people: uphold loyalty to the nation and the crown, while maintaining a free, healthy, and militantly democratic space free from dangerous ideologues, populism, and other potential bad actors. Work on the new constitution is still in progress. I have enlisted the help of several experts to nip unproductive e-lawyering in the bud. Our laws shall remain grounded in reality as we value pragmatism over theatrics. The current session of Parliament is the most productive yet in this nation's history, with four laws written by solely by members of Parliament, with nearly no intervention from His Majesty. The most important act was authored by Mayor and Member of Parliament Peterbot 9000, which established the Ministry of Home Affairs as a spin-off of the Ministry of Development. This new ministry concerns social services and domestic governance, aiming to support new friends being onboarded into Lambat as well as engagement, among other goals related to the management of internal affairs. Another law was passed to promote and protect our resurgent brewing industry, the Lambaciat Protection Act, which prohibits smuggling of contraband brews into our nation. I sincerely hope that the achievements of the Third Interim People's Council will serve as an inspiration to Lambat's aspiring civil servants to step up on their own accord and make their mark on the nation. I should stress that one does not have to serve the government directly to become a good Lambatan. Many of our new friend government officials started out as volunteers. Peterbot 9000 was not mayor when he recruited more than a dozen, if not double the number of new friends to join Lambat. Dolby established a foundation to assist her fellow new friends without any public funding. Spen volunteered to expand Catipan Station's basement on his own initiative. Furthermore, we have folks like Golderio, an old friend from Civcraft, take up the helm as a voluntary custodian of our national park system. I have recently invited him to accept his appointment as director of the National Parks Bureau, and I do hope that he accepts that invitation. But there's no pressure on that. We have welcomed migrants from the deeper south, such as Booger the Godslayer, who moved to Lambat to rebuild their own community from scratch out in the province of Lorraine, and I deeply and sincerely hope that any tension, bad blood, or any issues that I am not aware of about with their former host nation will be resolved so that they can freely move on into the future. We sought better understanding between our dwarven friends over at Zeractum, despite some early hiccups. I would like to send my best wishes to King and fellow Lambat citizen Ifred, who is currently recovering from a flu. Sorry. Sorry, I lost speech. Where was I? Aside from the names that I have mentioned, I am proud to say that Lambat has been blessed to gain some of the best among this recent batch of new friends. It is my pledge to not let you down by ensuring that the government of Lambat is responsive to your needs, whether it's a spare diamond pick or to be educated about Lambatan history and law. We will do our best, and you can return the favor by simply helping your fellow new friends. In the wake of our independence, our partnership with Pavia will only grow stronger, I strongly hope, with the launch of Lambank, the Lambadan branch of the server's largest bank, the Monument Bank. Allow me to say thanks to the Duke of Highgrove, the Duke of Bedford, and the Duke of Lugano, all of whom have been citizens of Lambat at some point in the past, as well in the present, for conceiving this great institution that has brought some economic security to Lambat. I may have also forgotten to credit Kraldrek in this speech. Sorry about that. As far as I'm aware, he was also involved in the establishment of Monument Bank. He was also a citizen back in Civ Classics. Moving on, perhaps unbeknownst to most new friends, Lambat's friendship with Pavia dates back from when it was still called Gabon in Civ Classic 2.0. Together with Lusitania and the erstwhile state of Lumiere by Amanda Cici, we built the first iteration of the L line. Near the end of that server, we co-founded the Democratic Economic Alliance, which aimed to establish a common market among the member states. It is with great pleasure that Lambat remains a steadfast ally of Pavia, and we hope to continue this partnership into the future. Furthermore, I pledge my full support to the strengthening of the Lyrian Commonwealth, to the promotion of our regional values within and outside our respective realms, whether through trade or cultural diplomacy. This year, Lambat will usher in several political and economic reforms to adapt to a new age. Aside from the political party reforms already mentioned, expect to see some alterations to the Lambat city skyline. We have abandoned our past taboo against building skyscrapers. The proposed Lambat Commerce Center in Katipan will be a cluster of towers meant to inspire hope that even so-called dead nations can arise from the dead. Rather than just mere vanity builds, the LCC will serve as mixed commercial and residential buildings in close proximity to Katipan Station for easy accessibility. We will also commit to developing the Cape Line countryside. Work has begun on Tierra del Cabo, situated right across the bridge to Surrectum, as an alternative residential area away from the city and to bring more commerce into the remote areas. We also seek to overhaul our local transport network to ensure it meets the demands of Lambatans and visitors alike, including the expansion of Katipan Station. There will also be changes to the Lambat National Guard, more investments in equipment and facilities, improved coordination with the Lyrian Coast Guard, and a potential introduction of a rank-based system for a clearer chain of command, and to instill discipline among the ranks of the LNG. Finally, we will coordinate with the nations of Pavia, Heiki, and Mary to facilitate the swift construction of their embassies here in Lambat City. I will also put forward a proposal to construct a common Lyrian landmark within Lambat to symbolize our Commonwealth's commitment to a united Lyrian identity. Before I close this address, allow me to express my gratitude to the following. Old friends such as Magnalive, Redstone Cato, and Cloudy for occasionally visiting Lambat and continuing to participate within the community. To other Lambatans who are currently still on the Discord but haven't had the time to check in, we still appreciate you and we hope to see you around. To A.K. Janklin, a former mayor of Lambat City and Minister of Transport and Public Works, who was solely responsible for building the backbone of Lambat's infrastructure. I wish you the best of luck to your endeavors. and non-Civ players who have heard stories about my antics in Lambat and Civ MC, especially those who are watching my stream right now on YouTube and Twitch. Finally, I would like to thank every person, every human being who has stuck around with us. This little project of mine has been one of the greatest things I have ever been involved with, and it is easy for most Civ players to dismiss this community, this server, as a source of misery and stress, which might be true at times. But I can sincerely say to you that Civ has helped me become a more confident and approachable person, whether within my real life circle of friends and even at work. It has helped me vent out my frustrations on art, literature, journalism, politics, business, and gaming in a somewhat productive manner by providing an outlet of creative expression. And finally, thank you to the admins of CivMC. And even though I do have my issues, and I have some favorites, this is an expression of gratitude to all of you in general. I will now close this speech. Lang live Foreign, Tegivoha Valley Occidental, Vive Capeland, cheers Margaritaville, Viva Ciudad de Lambat, long live the Lutheran Commonwealth. Babuhay ang Lambat ngayon, bukas at magpakailanman. Maraming salamat. Bawal umihi dito. Say that in global chat. Type G, exclamation point, bawal umihi dito. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Why am I so huge? What the fuck just happened? Thank you, thank you. That was so funny. May I request Peter Butt to climb up on stage and initiate the launching of fireworks. We're just winging this. We're just winging this entire thing. And now we shall move on and proceed to the conferring of honors. But first, let me check my Discord for any messages that I might have missed. All right, let me just hand out some roles to our visitors. One second. All right. Now we shall proceed to the awarding of the Order of the Pioneer Flame. Please be informed that you will be requested to come up to the stage to deliver a speech, but you may also refuse to do so. We will respect that decision. Okay, so the first Order of the Pioneer Flame shall be bestowed upon the Minister of Culture, if she's still around. Is she still around? Because I saw in chat that she's about to go, but if she does have the time to deliver a short speech, please raise your hand. In wait, I sent you the invitation to speak. It's loading. All right, so I bestow upon you the Order of the Pioneer of Flame in recognition of your efforts to help your fellow new friends, despite the lack of any funding from the government and corporations in this very nation.
Thank you. Do I get to keep the sword?
Yeah. It's for keepsies.
Hell yeah. Hi. Thank you for the award. I know I know I haven't been that active the last month, but I promise I'll be more active so that I can help more new friends. Um, yeah, I'd like to make a special thanks to specifically Peterbot and Cap because they've helped me a lot with setting up the FPPNF. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Oh yeah, I'm also certified People's Princess. Just gotta get that out there. Spread the propaganda. Long live FPPNF and People's Princess. Thank you.
Next, the next OPF will be bestowed upon the Deputy Minister of Development, Ben, for his initiatives to rehabilitate Lambat's rail network, as well as helping out the government of Lambat in onboarding new friends. Please come up to the stage and let us know if you will accept the offer to speak on stage. Wait, sorry, I forgot to give you the sword. All right. Next, unfortunately, he had to leave quite early. Oh no, he's still in the VC. The next OPF shall be bestowed upon the voluntary custodian of Monteflor National Park. He is responsible for rehabilitating one of Lambat's uh, most important mountains into the serene state that we found it during our first week of settlement. Let's give it up for Gold Lirio. Is he still in game? Oh, he's no longer in game, so let us know if you would like to speak on the stage. I'll give you 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. I'm honored. I will speak later. Still requesting to speak. uh so let me just call upon Peter Butt to temporarily to accept the award on Golderio's behalf. Please keep this for now. Next, Next in order is the Order of the Beacon of the East, which is the third highest award bestowed upon diplomats and diplomats, heads of states, dignitaries. And today we have the pleasure to bestow this award upon four citizens of the Lyrian Commonwealth. The first OBE shall be bestowed upon the Minister of Drugs and Alcohol and Member of Parliament representing the All Lyrian Workers' Communist Party, Sanfals. Please come up to the stage. Wait, this is Pure Rocks. You may now take the stage to deliver a short speech. Wait, let me invite you to speak on Discord.
Hello, hello. Uh, only three short things to say. I love Lambat. I love the All-Lyrian Workers' Communist Party. And Bawalu Mihi Dito.
Thank you very much. Next. Okay, this is the next. Sorry about that. For his commitment to strengthen and uphold South Lyrian unity, may I call upon any representative from Heiki to receive the award on behalf of Pilrug, President Emeritus of the Kaotian Republic of Heiki. You may take the stage if you want to deliver a brief speech of appreciation. I have invited you to speak on Discord.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. I'm. I feel very happy to receive this on behalf of Prague, and now as well on behalf of Kipi and Heiki. I hope for a lot of cooperation in this year and the next years to come. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, in honor of his role in initiating Lambatan and Pavian relations dating back from the late Civ Classic 2.0 epoch as a representative of the Free State of Gabon, co-founder of Deal, and subsequently a noble of Pavia, leading to a fruitful and long-lasting friendship between our two nations. Within the framework of the Lyrian community and subsequently the Lyrian Commonwealth, may I call upon a representative of Pavia Griffin to accept the reward on behalf of the Honorable British Wanderer Duke of Bedford. Steelhand, may you can go up on stage. 1 second. Let me I've sent you the invite. Please accept.
Hello, Steelhand, Foreign Minister for Pavia Griffin here in Lyrian Commonwealth. I want to thank Capridium, His Majesty, and the nation of Lambat for their commitment to Lyrian ideals, for their friendship down through the years. I know British Wanderer, if he could be here and wasn't currently sleeping away his snoozy little sleep, he would say the same thing. I look forward to a prosperous future alongside Lambat and its people for a long time to come. And thank you all.
The next award will also have to be accepted by a representative of Pavia Griffin. I'm sorry. In honor of his term as the former president of Lambat from August to November 2021, for guiding the nation through a turbulent period of political instability, and as the director of Monument Bank, for revolutionizing the finance industry and turning the Lyrian Commonwealth into a respectable economic powerhouse. Through his technical skill, please accept the Order of the Beacon of the East on behalf of the Duke of Highgrove and President Emeritus of the First Republic of Lambat, Honorable Artificial Driver. Next, I shall award the second highest honor, formerly known as the Homeland Service Award, to honor, in recognition of his duty as the mayor of Lambat City and Minister of Development, spearheaded the swift and unprecedented growth of the Kingdom of Lambat in the wake of the Grass Age, ushering in a new era known as the Lambatan Renaissance or the Lambac era. May I call upon the 10th Mayor of Lambat City and Minister of Development, Honorable Peterbot 9000. You may deliver a short speech. Oh, sure. Okay, sure. Thank you everyone for coming. When I discovered Lambat, I did not know what I would expect. But what I was sure from the beginning, no terrorism please, thank you. Is that I have found my home, that's about it. May I request all of our guests to remain seated for the entirety of this event. We're almost done. Anyway, let me check if he's actually here. But if not, I wonder who can receive this award. And should it be me? Finally, we are about to award the highest honor, the Supreme Order of the Golden Dandelion, or the SOGD, formerly known as the Order of Merit. They're both of the recipients are currently not present due to in real life stuff like sleeping and being busy at work, so that is fine. The first one will be awarded in recognition of his tenure as the first mayor of Lambat City and CivMC, the first prime minister of Lambat, and the first archbishop of the Lambatan Church of Copran, and in honor of his role in the economic and infrastructural development of the Second Republic of Lambat, May I call upon Magnaleave to accept the award on behalf of Sam Bonus G, Archbishop of the Lambatan Church of Copran and former Prime Minister. You may request to speak.
I unmuted? Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
All right. Back when I was more active on CivMC during the first year, Sam Bonus G joined Lambat, and he was a very sorry, I didn't think I was about to come on stage. He
okay.
brought a lot of activity to Lambat and helped bring in a new era of Lambat on CivMC. Because after Civ Classic closed down, I mean, for like a year, we didn't really know what was going to happen. But when CivMC came up, all of a sudden Lambat was real active and we had another golden age. It was really good time. So thanks Sam Bonus G for being very active, bringing activity into Lambat City and bringing up the district of New September, which is a big center of activity. That's about all I have to say.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Do you remember? And finally, in honor of his outstanding dedication and loyalty to Lambat, and as the founder of the town of Timberberg, Duke of Lorraine, may I call upon Dick Reinecke Villas to accept the Supreme Order of the Golden Dandelion on behalf of Moon Demon 19015. I think Moon has a speech prepared in Royal Pass in the secret government chats.
So I shall read that.
Yes.
Okay. So, thank you for my opportunity to be part of such a great nation and community as Lambat and the Lyrian Commonwealth. As of right now, I am wandering around in the endless slumberland because this event was scheduled way too fucking late. Nevertheless, I have been part of Lambat for 3.5 years now, and I will gladly serve this nation and my friends for another 3.5 years. Also, come visit Timberberg. One final remark.
With enthusiasm.
That is all.
Thank you. Once again, thank you very much. Do we have any remaining fireworks? Because the order of events shows that the last part should be the fireworks display, but for some reason it's still we still have daylight. What the hell? I don't have a bell. I don't have any way to make noise. This kind of sucks. How do we close this with a bang without using this without explosions or something? It's like noon. What is this? All right. Here's to more years of Lambat, whether in Civ or in another server, in case if MC closes down, which I hope not. This is our national drink, Lambasiat. Please request a bottle from Spen. Paolo B. Dito, thank you very much for attending this event. We will announce additional events much later, such as the Derby, the ice hockey friendlies, and karaoke night. We need to make sure that everything is in order. We have more activities in the store. Please wait for our announcements. You may now quietly leave the stage. Thank you very much for today. I can't move.